what is going on, guys? Welcome to the video. Today I want to talk about what I believe is the best thing for you to be using as a controller player for in-game scrims, for the in-game in Fortnite. If you're playing any bit competitively, even if you're just playing regular pubs, you're playing regular solos, and you're finding there's 5 or 6 people left in a small circle, and you need something that's like able to beam people across the map, I want to briefly talk about what I believe to be the best guns to do so, and why that's specific for controller players. A lot of people I see recommend the infantry rifle for these kind of like late game beams, being able to get peeks and just doing a lot of damage. And the infantry rifle is very, very good, but I think it's actually better for keyboard and mouse players and not necessarily controller players, and there's a big reason for that. I would recommend either using the Scar or the tactical AR for your late game scrims. I'm personally loving the tac AR lately. It does a little bit less damage, but it has absolute beams and insane accuracy, man. And I just find it to be perfect for that late game like engagement distance. I personally love it. But they also have a unique characteristic with regards to controller that keyboard and mouse players actually don't get the benefit of. So when you're using a automatic weapon versus the infantry rifle on controller, you actually get the benefit of reduced recoil. Now, the infantry rifle recoils a lot, and the Scar and the tactical AR don't really recoil much at all. But that's not necessarily true for keyboard and mouse players. There's actually a different recoil system based on your inputs. Again, that seems crazy to me, but it is actually facts, and I'm about to show you how it works. So if I were to center just the hip fire first to start things off, if I am to put my crosshair right on the bottom of this window frame, I'm using my controller right now, and I'm not going to hit the joystick. You see the recoil go up to about the middle of the window, right? And it's going to kind of hold there. That's the amount of recoil with the Scar. If I am to do the same thing with my mouse, and I'm going to line it up the exact same way and just hold down the trigger and not accommodate for any recoil at all, it kicks up so much more. It goes all the way up to the top of the window frame. It recoils pretty much double. Now, the same thing happens if you aim down sight. Again, this is with my controller. It's only going up a little bit, maybe a third of the way up the screen. If I do the exact same thing with my keyboard and mouse inputs with my mouse, and again, not moving, not accommodating for recoil at all, we're going about 2/3 of the way up the screen. So again, or not up the screen, but up the window, like, kind of panel. And that's a really big demonstration. And again, it just makes it that much more easy to control. It's why you see lots of people saying, man, controller players have crazy tracking aim. But it's literally because our gun is kicking halfway less if you compare it to keyboard and mouse players. While it is harder to control your controller inputs when you're using a little tiny joystick, and maybe that's why it's there, it definitely has a huge impact on gameplay and a huge impact on tracking. Now, it's for this reason I don't recommend using the infantry, because the infantry has a really, really random recoil pattern to it. You know, we're going up to the right twice, up to the left, up to the right, up to the left, up to the left. It's not predictable the way this gun is going to kick, and it's also not that drastically different when you're using keyboard and mouse. Right? The recoil system is pretty much the exact same. So that benefit of not having as much recoil is gone when you use the infantry rifle. So the takeaway here for your aim and your gameplay is not to become a spammy idiot. That's not what I'm trying to say here, but I'm just trying to recommend to you as a controller player, you should be using some automatic weapons. Now, with that being said, you should still take advantage of the basic aiming tips, which are tap fire, and you can also combine that again with L2 spamming. I know, a controversial topic, but if you really want to take advantage of your aim, I would recommend doing it to some degree. So again, you want to be tap firing, because while this gun does get recoil, you don't want to be shooting when your bloom is like this, right? You don't want to be shooting with a wide bloom. So if you're trying to laser somebody, you should be trying to tap out your shots if they're at any kind of range to maximize your first shot accuracy, to minimize your bloom as much as possible, and but also taking advantage of the fact that your gun's not going to be kicking all over the screen, and you will be able to get laser beams with your auto rifle. Again, the same general rule that controllers have less recoil also applies to other automatic guns like the tac AR. You know, but again, if you're using something like the infantry, you're going to get the exact same amount of kick, the exact same amount of recoil as PC players will. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. If you love the infantry, Definitely use it if you really like it and you do well with it, but something to keep in mind is that you are going to be dealing with more recoil as a result. Let's go, baby! GG's, man. GG's, dude. 10 kill game. And later. Oh, later, buddy. Got him. GG's, man. There's a lot of dudes boxed up right here. Hey, GG, man. Jeez, dude. That's tough, dude. You know, I thought that stink might be a waste. No, it's not that, Merkin. I mean, it's a lot of the guys here in FaZe Clan. Which, again, it's an invite-only tournament. I'm not trying to hate on Friday Fortnite when I say this, because it's all about who they want to invite, dude. And that's totally their decision on who they want to invite to it, dude. I'm just a streamer, content creator. But I mean, you gotta think about it. FaZe is funding the tournament now, right? Like, that's where the 20 grand for winning it is coming from. It's from FaZe Clan. So, like, they're gonna put more FaZe members in it. Wouldn't you? If you were running a tournament and you own an organization and that you also were funding a tournament that provides huge exposure, wouldn't you want your players to get exposure? You would. So it just sort of makes sense. I wish I got the shockwaves, man. I'm so pissed about it. I'm so pissed. Let's go, baby! GG's, man. We're 2 points off from 500. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, we got it. Oh, shit. 501. Let's go, dude.